Hello people, and happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to be playing through Metroid Fusion, the Japanese version, on Valentine's Day. Why Valentine's Day, you ask? Well, Fusion isn't exactly a very romantic game now, is it? Well, the reason is, it was on January the 14th, back in 2003, that the Japanese version of Metroid Fusion was released. Now, why am I playing the Japanese version if there's already an English version? I'm not very fluent in Japanese. I'm assuming most people watching me aren't either. Well, thing is, since this game came out a couple of months after the original North American release, yeah, that was first, there are a couple of special editions. For example, there's a gallery. It shows you all your unlocked stuff. I'm not going to show all of them. But yeah, this is the ending you get for just beating the game, even if it's the worst possible conditions. Anyway, Metroid 4. Why do I have this? Don't even ask why I have this. Yeah, don't ask. I'm gonna use this save file, and basically, press start new game. New game plus, yes, keep the little Metroid icon. There's child mode, which has hiragana and katakana. I've beaten everything on easy, normal, and hard. And there's adult mode, which has kanji and a couple of English words here and there. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. It has easy, normal, and hard. I'll be playing on hard. That's the whole point of me doing this in the first place, really. And I guess I'll be narrating it too. I'd been assigned to watch over biologics research team, so I once again found myself on the surface of SR-388. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my parasuit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then, someone found a cure. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seemed that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR-388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X-parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived. Reborn is something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. We'll soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer had notified me of our approach to the Biologic Space Labs, or BSL, research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexpected explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I'm being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt computerized CEO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I've found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X-parasites. The cause of the explosion is as of yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You're still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now go to the quarantine bay. God, I love Fusion. Not a very romantic game, like I said, but I have to say it's easily one of the best Metroid games ever made. Like, this game was huge. This game revolutionized the way Samus moves, the way you control her. The ability to actually hang from ledges is a thing we can explore later. Yeah, hanging from ledges. Fusion introduced that. And for a GBA game, it does sound pretty nice. This is our navigation room. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. And now it's dark. And Fusion is one of the most linear games in the series, but it takes advantage of that. You can still wall jump, but not like in Super Metroid. Yeah, we all know this. We've all played Fusion, haven't we? No abilities yet. I lost them. These look like alien heads. A little light bulb there. Quarantine bay. It's locked. Here's a little guy that attacked me. Oh no, stay away from me. It's fine. You'll be fine. I'd imagine this looks really dark on an actual original hardware, like unlit GBA screen. I do have this game on a reproduction cartridge. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X-parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X-parasite parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroid were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You'll never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X-parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue the free X-parasites whenever you possibly can. This station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I am already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you're only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Now get going. I have released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. In this game, your security officer, commanding officer, basically tells you exactly where to go all the time. And these are not super missile doors. These are in fact level 2 locks. And yeah, if you press L, you can do easy sleep, standard GBA stuff. R is your suit, which you don't have anything. The cool thing is, Fusion actually shows you how much energy you have currently, and your ammunition too. Oh, and the little icons in the top left corner, all the zeros there. This is a bonus feature of New Game Plus. Basically, it shows you all the collectibles in the game. That's right, we have 20 energy tanks, 48 missile tanks, and 32 power bomb tanks. 32. My god, that is insane. That's the highest number in any game, really. For power bombs, specifically. You also get a timer in the bottom left corner. 1 minute. There's your objective here. Pretty good stuff. This game was made to be played handheld. Yeah, you can absorb them now. Which is further exemplified by how many save stations you get. And after I'm done with the prologue, at least the main sector, you'll see just how this is a secret here, but you can't really do anything here yet. Look at this slime being, and the corpses. We had corpses in Super Metroid. We have corpses in Fusion. You can't do anything to this yet. The slime and the scientist are the DNA is combined into this purple abomination. I have received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help you against certain enemies your beam can hurt. Head to the data room for download. The data room is here. Is your objective clear? With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Might as well go here. Why not? They kind of try to sneak up on you. You can go here, but you can't go here. There's nothing to do here. Kind of a pointless room, really. Now, the more you play this, the more you think, wow, this station doesn't make sense if you think about how this was supposed to be used by people. Like, okay, you have elevators, but all the platforms, where the science is just a bunch of calisthenic maniacs. That computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CEO I served under named Adam Malkovich. He named me Lady. He called me Lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. I love how this whole game takes place in space. You don't even have the comfort of a planet, really. This is a recharge room, fully recharges everything, and I do mean everything. Save rooms, they're the best, love them. They don't heal you, but you really don't need them to heal you because you have recharge rooms in every sector. You'll see the sectors a bit later. Even though this did come out after Prime, you can't go up there yet. Pointless navigation room is pointless. And this is a data room. These are awesome. You get abilities here. Missile data downloaded. Hold R and press B. The controls in this game are amazing. You can do this. And in missile mode. It's a hold function, not a toggle like all the previous games. Ooh, how they cut the power, man, the animals. And things just got bad. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators and the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, trying to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge bioscience, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X-parasite. You'll see them. Try it out. Is your objective clear? Yes. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find the way to the target. Yellow parasites restore 10 health. Green parasites restore... I'll have to see how many missiles. We'll see. Okay, yeah, missiles here. Okay, 4. Yeah, 2 missiles. I knew it. Just like in classic Metroid fashion. Pitfall blocks. Gotta love him, gotta hate him. And this is so cool. The monkey bars. You can climb it. It's so cool. You gotta love it. This was the room I couldn't go to. And look at this. Your map shows you a little circle. This shows you where there's a thing. Missiles, energy tanks, firebomb tanks, anything. Get it? And it becomes a square. And your eyes do not deceive you. In hard mode, you only get half. Expansions give you half. Missile tanks, instead of 5, give you 2. That's right. Only 2. Good luck. The computer wasn't kidding. You really are giving a minimal chance of survival. Speedrunners hate this. I tried playing this on my phone back in high school with, the touchscreen, and I just could not do this part because the touchscreen is not meant for this. Even though I had played this game a gajillion times. Red parasites restore, I believe, 500 energy and a bunch of missiles and power bombs too. So no reason not to save. Literally no reason. Save room, gotta love your save room. Also, you take a lot more damage on hard mode, in case it's not obvious. And yes, I think this is a good door, I'm not sure. They're from Super Metroid. Basically, they show you where there's a boss. And this is a lovely little... Not even a wall jump tutorial, because you can just wall jump like a cool guy. But this is a different tutorial. It's like, hey, you can climb, you can hang, you can fly, you can jump. Energy tanks give you 50 energy. That's right. Lovely little secret here. I have 100 more because I took 2 energy tanks. Oh boy. This is a Core X. This is Arachnus X from... Oh, let me just do this first. From Metroid 2. Might as well just use some missiles. There you go. Core X released. Now, these can only be damaged by missiles. And their health is visible, so shoot them to get X-parasites to spawn. It's a defensive reaction, I would assume. But in your case, it only heals you. Since you have that Metroid DNA. Morph ball recovered, yeah. Press down twice to morph. Like this. It's great. You recover abilities either from data rooms or from just killing stuff. Now, you could argue, is this from, your infected suit parts, since this is where the first parasite came from on this station. So, do they genetically use your abilities? Is it just, oh, this thing can roll into a ball, so Samus can copy its ability and also roll into a ball? Like, what's the deal here? Which one is it? Recharge rooms are cool. This was before Echoes, where they literally stole your abilities. Now, it kind of leaves stuff open to interpretation, even though this game really, really likes to I don't want to say show, don't tell, tell, don't show. It shows you a lot. There's a lot of environmental storytelling. It's great. It's one of the best. But it also tells you a lot of stuff. Just flat out tells you this is like this, that is like that. Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by X-parasites. Sector 1, SRX, shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of the SR388 ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use Elevator 1. Objective clear, yes. Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. This music is so tense. Music in this is really good. Also, this exists. Hey, Sammy. Did you miss me? And now that I can ball, I can get this. I will need this. Balling time. I love how you can see space from windows. It's so good. Let's go.